What could make 10 people vanish from a seaworthy ship, leaving behind their valuables, a full cargo, and 6 months of provisions? The Mary Celeste was discovered adrift in the Atlantic in 1872, a ghost ship in perfect condition, its crew gone without a trace. No signs of a struggle, no distress call. This is the story of the greatest maritime mystery ever told, a puzzle that has baffled historians and sailors for over 150 years. On November 7, 1872, the brigantine Mary Celeste slipped its moorings in New York Harbor, bound for Genoa, Italy. At its helm was Captain Benjamin Briggs, a respected mariner, accompanied by his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, and a hand-picked crew of 7. The ship's hold was filled with 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol, a valuable but volatile cargo. The autumn air was crisp with promise as the ship sailed past the Statue of Liberty's future home. There was no premonition of the fate that awaited them, no sign of the mystery that would turn their ordinary voyage into an immortal maritime legend. For those on the bustling pier, it was just another ship embarking on another journey, disappearing into the vast, indifferent expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, a vessel full of life and purpose, soon to become a silent, floating tombstone. Nearly a month later, on December 4th, the British brigantine Dei Gratia charted a parallel course. Her captain, David Morehouse, was a friend of Benjamin Briggs. Through his spyglass, he spotted a vessel adrift, its sails in disarray, yawing awkwardly. It was the Mary Celeste. Hailing the ship yielded no response, but the slap of waves against the hull. A boarding party led by First Mate Oliver DeVoe rowed across the choppy gray sea. They climbed aboard to find a scene of profound and unnerving stillness. The ship was sound, her rigging mostly intact, but the deck was deserted. There was no one at the helm, no lookout, no sign of the 10 souls who had sailed from New York. The ghost ship had been found, but its crew had vanished into the thin, salt-laced air, leaving only questions in their wake. The mystery deepened below decks. The boarding party found the ship eerily preserved yet hastily abandoned. In the crew's quarters, personal belongings and sea bags were neatly stowed. The galley was stocked with ample food and fresh water, enough for months. The cargo of alcohol was almost entirely untouched. Yet, crucial items were missing. The ship's lifeboat, the chronometer, and the sextant, the vital tools of navigation. The captain's log lay in his cabin, its final entry dated 10 days prior, giving no clue of distress. It was a scene that defied easy explanation. There were no signs of a struggle, piracy, or fire. It was as if the crew had been suddenly and inexplicably compelled to abandon a perfectly seaworthy vessel in the middle of the Atlantic, leaving everything behind but their lives. The salvage hearing in Gibraltar transformed the mystery into a public spectacle. The Attorney General, Frederick Solly Flood, suspected foul play. He theorized that the crew of the Dei Gratia had eliminated the Mary Celeste's crew to claim the salvage reward. Other theories spiraled from mutiny to piracy, but the untouched cargo made robbery unlikely. Some whispered of a sea monster or an attack from the deep. A more rational explanation surfaced, a fear of explosion. The alcohol cargo could have produced volatile fumes. Perhaps Captain Briggs, fearing an imminent blast, ordered a temporary evacuation into the lifeboat, tethered to the ship. A snapped tow rope would have left them stranded, watching their ship sail away a tragic, simple mistake on an unforgiving sea. On an unforgiving sea. The legend of the Mary Celeste outlived the ship itself, which was intentionally wrecked for insurance money in 1885. The story was famously embellished by a young Arthur Conan Doyle, whose fictionalized account introduced dramatic elements that captured the public imagination and are often mistaken for fact. Yet the core truth remains more compelling than any fiction. No bodies were ever found. No definitive explanation was ever proven. The ship became a cultural touchstone, the ultimate symbol of an unsolvable puzzle. Why does this story endure? because it speaks to a fundamental human fear of the unknown and our fascination with the sea as a place that holds secrets forever. The Mary Celeste is more than a historical event. It is a ghost story written on the vast, empty pages of the ocean. What do you think happened to the crew? Comment below. Like if you didn't know this story.